nice relaxing day here at the resort. Um, they just combed the beaches. I'll do a spin around. You can take a look at the view is this morning. They just raked the beach. They decided to take another day here, but it doesn't have to be here. There's other beaches in the neighborhood. How are y'all doing this morning? Thought I'd just pop in and say hi, and all my regular subscribers, you can get a chance to maybe make a comment or something, or a suggestion. Sitting here on one of the benches with a piece of coral propping up the phone. A lot of things are going on in the world right now. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. Maybe I'll get another copyright strike against me. Who knows? Well, no, they don't give strikes apparently. Um, or depending on what it is, I guess. If you can hear the music in the background, let me know so that I can maybe relocate or do something about it. Or maybe I should pause now and shift on down the beach. But yeah, since I've been doing these videos, I've tried to provide real information, down to earth information. And a lot of it is meant to be constructive and also informative in such a way as to keep you from any hazards. And a lot of that has been simply me reviewing other bloggers, and they don't like that. The good ones, the ones that I find okay, we don't have any problems with. But the bad ones, the ones who are trying to lead you down the garden path, or the ones who've got a myopic version of the world, they're trying to promote an idea of the Philippines that may not be right for you. Now, if you're someone like James Berry living up in the provinces and you're a young man building a home for your future family, that's great. But if you're Philly of the Philippines and you've decided to leave Angeles City and move out into the provinces to try that, you're a bit older at that point, and that's more of a hazard. Now, the jury's out on that one, whether that'll work out. But then if you're Geo and you come here pretending to know about the dating life here in the Philippines and are all over the map, uh, you dated a woman and married a woman, and then now you're divorcing a woman, and you're running back to your family, and you're back in America, and you pretend to have all the answers, and you got a great following. Well, that's great for you, but you're messing up other people's lives. My point here is not to be monetized, not to mess up anybody's lives, but maybe to provide you with some kind of assistance or help if you're thinking of making the choice of moving to the Philippines. Now, the Philippines might not be the right choice for you. If you're used to all the creature comforts of North America, you're not gonna necessarily fit in here. But there's other guys like Matt, uh, guys who lived up in the bush and lived off the land in North America who could come here and adapt in a snap. They probably enjoy not having to cut firewood every fall. But then you've got the cliques. You've got like Dumaguete. Dumaguete, you might as well not even leave the States as far as I'm concerned. What have I got here? I got here. Welcome to the chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines. Uh, Reading that on the side. Okay, yeah. If you're in Dumaguete, that's great. I'm glad you found Little America in the Philippines. Um, I criticized a blogger now deceased that only interviewed Westerners and really had nothing to do with the Filipinos. That he wasn't really providing any information about Philippine culture other than getting a visa. So um, he that particular fellow had a baby and is since deceased, and I've removed my videos about that scenario simply because it involved other people as well. And I also stood up for guys who are starting up businesses here. Um, there's a new fellow on the block who's just started a restaurant called the Canadian Beaver. He's going to have some challenges, but I won't get into that. But there's Justin Carmack at Critter Republic, a staunch supporter of Justin and his dive shop there. Now he's got a dive resort, which will be opening up shortly. So hopefully some of you will get out there and get a chance to take some diving courses there. One of the things I suggested to Justin was that he should look at underwater welding. That that could be a good future for someone who's looking for a profession. What do you think? And of course, I welcome all your comments and or suggestions. Um, the this so-called members-only beach club of Phil Cartmel is kind of a misnomer because if there's now we've got 900 videos out there, and there's plenty of information there. People, I find quite often just go over and over the same information about dating and different types of things. But my scenario is different. I'm married to a Filipina. I live in Cebu. We've got two kids, 8 and 11, and you've probably seen them in some of my videos if you're a regular follower. But one fellow took offense to my not posting the name of this resort, and the fact is that he claimed to be a loyal subscriber, and I guess he's gone now. But the point is, if you are a loyal subscriber, you would have already seen the video of this place where I've told you to live your life, and you can check that out. So yeah, we've hit 900 videos, and I thought maybe it'd be a good opportunity to open open the floor up if there's some comments you'd like to make live and question me about. Um, we're about to go have breakfast, so maybe this will be shorter than what you may deem. I see there's 4 people online and 2 with a like, but no comments. So anyway, oh wait a minute, I've got something here. It's off to the side here. Hi, who's this? Hanging with ya, Kia. Hi, hanging with you. Thanks for dropping by. Another phenomenon that I've noticed is like I'm a guy. I talk to guys. I don't pretend to relate to women at all, other than my wife, and I don't make no recommendations relative to your own relationship. That's an individual and private matter. But uh, many of you know that I've got some conservative and libertarian tendencies, and have not gone for all this woke crap that a generation's wasted themselves on. And I don't want to waste all my time on YouTube or social media for that matter. But I got 2 kids that are addicted to it, and a wife. The Philippines is the selfie capital of the world. They love their phones, and as poor as they may be, they'll always have a phone and a motorbike somewhere in the background, and that's how they find work and get around and stay within the loop. The other thing you'll notice here is shopping centers. Shopping centers are alive in the Philippines. They're dead in North America. And part of that, I was a shopping center manager and I worked with the biggest developer in the world. And I tell them all the time that it's not just a shopping center, it's a social center, and you've got to have community activities. Um, Actually, one time the Communist Party asked me to come and talk to the Asian Shopping Centers Association, but I didn't go along with their ideology, so I ended up not pursuing the matter. But the fact is that uh, people don't just go to shopping centers to um, shop; they go there to cool down, and it's that's what's happening here in the Philippines. Is the shopping centers are all air conditioned, so that's why people tend to congregate. I think in a lot of them, but yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Dance contests and beauty contests and all kinds of stuff. Karaoke. So yeah, I'm kind of meandering all over the place here, but I thought I'd just say hi and pop in and give you an opportunity to let me know that I'm real and that if you have any questions about the Philippines, feel free to throw in a question. Um, you can do that either here or through the comment section, or you can contact me at philcartmel@gmail.com and can handle the matter privately. Um, Things are changing here in the Philippines. I don't know whether for the better or the worse. We're not allowed to comment politically, being foreigners. But I didn't notice that Duterte was a marked change in the Philippines. And they're trying to save a generation. And Bongbong Marcos, or Ferdinand Marcos Jr., is continuing with a lot of those same initiatives. So it's not like they've completely flipped the omelet like they do in the States every time there's an election. No, they're maintaining some of the policies that the previous administration had. So if an idea is good, they're keeping it. And that's great news for the country, not only for uh, politically, it also demonstrates cooperation. And sitting here watching the beach there, and there's the sand is moving because they've raked all the sand, and so the crabs that are under the sand are redigging all their holes. So every now and then a little puff of sand pops up on the beach. I don't know if I left the camera out there. You could catch that. Last night we had a fantastic fireworks display called Lightning over the island of Negros Oriental. Our friend Sunshine Shoulders is over there, so he must have had a heck of a storm. We had one later on in the evening, but yeah, there's a volcano over there that's erupting. Hey, Britt, is I'm spelling it right. Is trash food? Trash food? Oh, pang pang. Yeah, pag. They do that in Toledo. So what they do is Toledo is actually, or Tondo, sorry, Toledo, no, Tondo, and that's got to be the worst of the worst. People of broken dreams, I think, end up there. They come to Manila, and they end up on this one of the most densely packed islands, and it's a swampy island built on piles. It's prone to flooding, and through that, there's one lady who I think Drew Binsky did a video on it, where they go around with garbage bags and they harvest through the Jolly Bees and the McDonald's the food that's thrown out, and they drag it back and they reboil it up to kill whatever germs, bacteria, or crap that's been mixed in with it, and then they reserve it to you. And it's a cheap alternative for those who are living on the edge. And I never eat it. Well, I never say never, but they would they would sell this as a method of survival there. One of the things that it could be a deal breaker for a lot of us in the West, is that we have uh, garbage cans at the end of our driveways. We throw things out once a week. If you put a garbage can out here, chances are it could be stolen. Um, uh, there was a recently another friend of mine, neighbor, went up to the top of the hill there. There's a place called, was it Tabor Hill? Anyway, it's a religious setting, and the cops shot a fellow the other day who was trying to rob a donation box. This is a while ago, so kind of ruined it for everybody for a while, I guess. But yeah, when I was in Thailand, you'd go to a center and you'd see a plexiglass box with hundreds of thousands of baht in the box, and no one would dare dream of touching it. In fact, we did that through Pennies for Papa. If you follow along, you'll notice I built a school in Thailand. And at Pennies for Papa, we had over 600 of these boxes across northern Thailand, collecting funds for a school for the Aka, who were refugees from Myanmar, that we had built there. Rock, Chella, and I, and Miba, who is the native Aka princess whose father donated the land that we could build the school on. But anyway, my point here is that in the Philippines, uh, you're just as likely to get stuff ripped off. For as much as they're Catholic, I guess they figure that you could just pray for forgiveness later, or because I'm poor, I can get away with it. But that happens. So, in terms of garbage, that's the flip side of it. Um, the Philippines are clean in themselves. They wash almost daily. Many do, and but they'll sweep their front porch and they'll stop there. They won't go in, like in North America. You might shovel your neighbor's side of the driveway. You get none of that. You get them shoveling their side of the driveway, and that's it. So the result is that a lot of garbage just sits there. I'm in a subdivision, and we have security guards and cleaning staff that go around. They sweep and do the rest of it. But then off to the side, there's a recreational area. Nobody told them to clean it up, so they just leave it, and the mess continues. So that's the nature of the culture here, to clean their own backyard, but no bother with anybody else's. Now, on the other hand, if you're in hard times, Filipino will be the first person to give you a hand. You'll be stuck on the side of a highway somewhere, and they'll pull over and they'll help you out. But day to day, there's a lot of jealousy and envy that goes on. So that may get on your nerves as well. And the result of that is that beaches and public places are left a mess. And uh, you think if they're poor, they'd have the time to clean it up. But it's the same in North America. The poor are poor because they don't make the effort. And there's some wealthy people in the Philippines. I mean, stinking wealthy people. They own shopping centers and communications companies. And, don't kid yourself. The Philippines, they do high tech um, technologies here. They're here that are amazing. They do um, the chips that the America's talking about for their defense contracts. Um, and I've gone over this in other videos before. So I encourage you, if you got time, to go take a look at some of my videos there. There's 900 there that go back. You can see my transition from the early days when there's some shots of Thailand, and then when I started there and I started coming to the Philippines, and right up to today is again a married man with two kids in Cebu. We got some more people making some comments here. Let's see. Bubble, he looks so sweet. Who looks so sweet? My son? Yeah, he's a cute boy. That's why we call him Bo. Anyway, so for those of you who are new and haven't gone through my videos yet, I'm a Canadian now living in Cebu. I just got my passport renewed for another 10 years, and I haven't got the married visa yet. I'm still on the tourist visa. Built a home here. I have 5 kids in North America who grew up and forgot all about dad, so dad didn't forget about them. Some people accuse me that I don't love women. It's not that I don't love women, it's that I love children more. And a lot of women need to grow up. Children, let them have their childhood. And I think as a man, we need to protect that. I'm pro-life. I've gone over this issue about, it's an ugly issue about killing a child in the womb, and the crazy culture we've got where a man in Britain just got arrested for praying for a child quietly, not trying to engage with anybody else, but just arrested for praying for a child that died in the abortion clinic. Now, you got a Western culture that can't replace itself, and we all taken over by the Muslims, and the Muslims, they don't believe in abortion. Be sure about that. So the culture is going to change. Maybe overall for the good. Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, I'm enjoying life here. I enjoy the debate too. A good argument every now and then keeps your brain alive. And a discussion. It's mental health now, Mental Health Month. For all of you who don't know your sexuality and suffer from your dysphoria of being screwed up by your parents, your teachers, your social science leaders, yeah, have a good mental health month. And I guess that's about it. I'm going to go for breakfast. I'd like to thank all of you for dropping by. Got 5 viewings, 5 likes. We're doing pretty good. We'll stay small and hopefully relevant. And if you got time, take a look. If you're building here in the Philippines, there's certainly my experience there. That we'll share in another video. I want to let more time pass by because I have some issues with the contractor that have not been resolved, and he's making no effort to resolve them at this point, but who knows, that may change. I try not to give up on anybody, even though they give up on me. That's part of life. I'm a big boy, I can take it. So thanks for all dropping by. Continue to make comments if you like. And who knows, should I do another one of these things? I figured after we're at 1,780, 88 subscribers. So with 900 videos, there's lots to look at. So you take a look at that, and as I pass out, should give you another shot of the resort here. And for those of you who can't stand the suspense, this is called Look Through the Leaves, and you'll see it's the Durhan White Beach Resort. There you go. My secret is out. Now we'll have to find a new place to stay. Bye-bye.